Have you ever opened up a huge Excel spreadsheet, started scrolling and suddenly forgotten which column you're looking at? Or maybe you've spent ages searching through hundreds of rows trying to find the information you need. Well, in this video, I'm going to show you two incredibly useful Excel features that can save you hours of frustration: freeze panes and slices. And by the end of this tutorial, you'll be able to keep your headings visible while scrolling through large data sets and filter information like this with just a single click. No complicated formulas or advanced Excel knowledge required. Let's jump in, but before I do continue, please like, subscribe and share. So the first feature I'm going to show you is freeze pane. So have you ever had a situation where you've got a large data set like this, you're trying to scroll down, but you forget which column you want to be referring to, or you're going from left to right and you forget what the student for that row is. So you're forgetting the reference for the row, you're forgetting the reference for the column header. Well, I'm going to show you a feature called freeze frames, which simply puts in or ensures that column headers, the first row, is always visible on your spreadsheet regardless of how much you scroll down, and that first column is always visible no matter how much you scroll from right to left or left to right. So first things first, at the top in the ribbon, go from home to view here. So click on view like this, and when you are in view, go across to the window section here and then go to freeze frames here. Click on the down arrow and you will see three options: freeze panes, freeze top row, freeze first column. Just ignore freeze panes for now. What I want to do is click on freeze top row, because what this will do, it will keep the top row visible while scrolling through the rest of my worksheet, and that's exactly what I wanted to do in this example. So I'm going to click on that. Now when I now scroll down on my spreadsheet like this, that first row is always visible, making my life easy because I'm always knowing which reference or column header I'm referring to at any point or any given time in this spreadsheet. So it doesn't matter how much I'm scrolling down, I know what this C relates to in terms of the subject, so on and so forth. Let's go back up, click on view again. Let's say you want to ensure your column, that first column, is always visible. Okay, column A, this one with the student names, because if you scroll from left to right like this, okay, you will see the column names, that student name even disappears. I want to keep the student names visible at all times. So at the top, go to view, then go back to freeze panes, and this time we're going to click on unfreeze panes, take things back to normal, go to freeze panes again, and this time freeze the first column. So we're keeping the first column visible while scrolling through the rest of the worksheet. So if I click on that, now if I scroll from left to right, and just imagine we've got a lot more data in these columns here, and I want to see what that data is, it will ensure that that column A, or the information in column A, is always visible, so you can refer back to whatever row in column A and do your data analysis there. So it's just making your job that tad easier. So if I go back to view, freeze panes, unfreeze panes, that will go back to normal again. So obviously before you've added the freeze panes. The third thing I want to do is show you, what if you wanted to keep the first row visible and at that same time keep the first column visible? So it doesn't matter how much you scroll down, that first row will always be visible, so you can reference it, and it doesn't matter how much you scroll from left to right like this, that first column will always be visible. There's a way to do this as well. So what you do, just underneath the first row, go to row B here, and just after the first column, click on the cell reference B2. So the cell reference means which column you are selecting. So column B, which row is that cell in? It's in row 2. So that's the cell reference B2. Make sure that cell is highlighted like this. When you have done that, go back up to view, go across to freeze panes like this, and then choose this first option. So what this does, it keeps the rows and columns visible while the rest of the worksheet scrolls based on your current selection. So we've selected this specific cell. Everything above it is going to be frozen, and everything before it is going to be frozen. So that's essentially what we're doing. So if you click on freeze panes, scroll down now, the first row is frozen, which is brilliant, what we want. If I scroll from left to right here, that first column is also frozen. So it doesn't matter if you scroll down all the way to student 100, that first row is always going to be frozen, but the first row is always frozen. And if you want to know what's in the other columns before column K, you just scroll to the left to check the data within that. So that's how to freeze pane. So you can save your changes, click on save there. The next thing I'm going to do is show you how to add something called a slicer. So in the last video, what I did was show you how to add these filters so you can sort and filter your data based on those specific subjects. Now slicers adds that bit of visual appeal to whoever's using your Excel spreadsheet, and I'll explain this in a second. So to add the slicer, what you do is at the top, go to insert, and from the ribbon go across to filters here, and you can see the option slicer. Now before I click on slicer, slicer will only appear on your as an option on your spreadsheet if your data has been converted to a table. Now I showed you in the last video how to convert your raw data to a table. Now to double check to see if the data is in fact in a table, what you do is highlight anywhere in the where there's data, go across here, and this drop down just above column A, click on there and to see if there is a table in there. So if I click on table, you can see it will highlight all the data as part of that table. So I know I converted the data into a table. Then at the top in insert, go to slicer. Now you will see lots of different options appear. So basically all those column headings have appeared here. Now you can add slices based on possibly the most core subjects or the core bits of information, those key bits of information you need. So for example, let's add one slicer, English. Click on OK. What it will do, it will add a slicer for English. You can move this across here, and then what you can do, based on this information, you can filter the spreadsheet. So basically what I'm asking here, bring back all the students where they've got an A. So it's brought back all the students here on the left side in that that second column, first subject, where they've got A's. And then you can say, actually, let me find out how many A stars I've got. And you can do that bit of data analysis there. And you can see here all the A stars. And at the bottom, it gives you a total number of A stars based on the total number of records that were in that spreadsheet. So 15 out of 100 students got an A star. Now, let's say you want to take this further. You want to select multiple different grades at the same time. Now, what you can do is here, there's an option to clear the existing filter like this, but here you've got this multi-select feature here. So you click on multi-select, then you select all the different grades you want to add to the filter. So let's say everybody who got an A and above, that and that, leave those on, remove those. So at the moment, the only selections I've made is those with a grade of A and A star in English. Those are the ones are being shown here, and you can see the total count here, 34 of 100 students in English got A or A star. So what we can do is take this a step further. Let's add B's to that as well. So you click on B and it will add B's in there as well. So you can add multiple filtering on your specific spreadsheet. And then when you're happy, you can clear the filters, and maybe you want to add another filter based on maths this time. So what you do is go back to insert, go to slicer, and this time add maths as a slicer. So you've got a second option here, and then you can play around with, let me just zoom out slightly and do the same for maths. And then what you can do, let's find all students who've got an A in maths. So you select that and it will bring back all students with A in maths. But you want to find out those not just with A in maths, but A in English as well. So what you would do, go back to the English slicer and click on A in English. So these students, oops, sorry, I've misselected here. Let me deselect and just deselect these, sorry. There you go. So A in English, A in maths. So there's 4 students that have got A in English and A in maths. And I think that's a quicker approach than using these actual filters here. Then, you know, you can use slices, especially for those colleagues who are not used to spreadsheets, and maybe it's an easier way for them to understand how to filter specific data. So I hope this video has helped you. Please like, subscribe, and share.